Service Corps. ASC for short is the largest corps of the Army, responsible for providing logistic support to the Army as also to the Navy, the Air Force and paramilitary forces. Troops in all kinds of terrain and distant places are provided with food, petroleum and transportation by the ASC. Supplies are dispatched by air, road and animal transport. Theirs is a challenging task, which inculcates a sense of daring and team spirit among all ranks of the ASC. Sometimes they take a break from their routine work to experience a thrilling adventure or two, like the 2 river rafting expeditions undertaken in the last 2 years. Yamuna 81 was planned as a forerunner to the expedition down the Ganga in 82. Just 4 2-man pneumatic rafts were made ready to carry a team of 8 people. On September 12th, Expedition Yamuna 81 took off from Kalsi at the foot of the Himalayas. The leader of the expedition was Major D.N. Das, seen here with the doctor, Captain Falero, in their raft Ganga. There were many problems along the way: quicksand, whirlpools, and water snakes. The team passed by the shrine of Paunta Sahib and reached Delhi 425 kilometers away on the 29th of September. Ganga 82 was an even more thrilling adventure. A week's training on the river, and then it all began at Uttarkashi on the 16th of March 1982. A royal send-off for these courageous men. Major Das, the leader, and Lieutenant Puri in the raft Ganga. On the first day, one of the rafts capsized twice, and another got stuck on a rock. The next day, the team reached Dundan, a peaceful Buddhist village. The raft Brahmaputra with Patil and Chowdhury had a narrow escape here. Major Mohan fell out of the raft, but was helped back into it by Major Belly. The paddles snapped like twigs when they hit the rocks and boulders. A couple of slow days, and then the team arrived at Dharasu at an altitude of 540 meters on the 20th of March, 82. And then on to Tehri. A deceptive calm prevailed on the stretch of the river. A most deadly whirlpool followed the river travelers throughout the stretch. One of the rafts got sucked in twice by the vortex of the whirlpool. It had to be rescued by ropes thrown to the crew. The experience, they said, was a terrifying feeling of being sucked into the eye. Two who were thrown off their rafts had to swim through fierce rapids to get ashore. The narrow gorge with the steep cliffs on either side was awe-inspiring. A near-fatal accident took place here when two rafts capsized. Major Mohan and Major Bele were struck by the mighty force of a keeper wave. Major Das and Lieutenant Puri collided with them, throwing them out of the keeper wave. But they themselves were thrown off into the turbulent water. Major Das, who was thrown off his raft, thought for a moment that all was over, but managed to swim to safety. Captain Falero, who was trapped in a crevice in a cliff about 100 feet below, had to be rescued with the help of ropes. Lieutenant Puri and Captain Falero were evacuated to the Tehri hospital. The terrifying experience somewhat dampened the spirits of the brave adventurers. But courage was their motto. The journey had to be finished. After 3 days came the town of Devprayag, the confluence of the Bhagirathi and the Alaknanda, and the beginning of the Ganga. Spirits revived. Captain Falero was back in action after his accident. And then came the famous bridge, Lakshman Jhula, and beautiful temples against a backdrop of evergreen forests. The Gita Ashram and many temples at Rishikesh. On the 7th of April, the rafts reached Haridwar. A rousing reception from Lieutenant General Sahasrabuddhe and the citizens of Haridwar at Har Ki Pauri, the end of a 207-kilometer journey. 9 brave men on 4 rafts negotiating the turbulent waters of the Ganga. Death and disaster faced them many a time, but they sailed through with indomitable courage, faith, and good humor.